Dean is a referee and he leads the two teams out onto the pitch. It is one of those days that is always generating a lot of excitement, because the next match, of course, in this competition will be at Wembley Stadium. The two semi-finals, of course, always held at the National Stadium. And the Blues hoping to be back there once again in a month's time. Armstrong at Blackburn Rovers scored 28 goals last season. He's only managed 2 in the Premier League since he's joined the Saints. But the Blues are in the box now, and they'll score! It was a mistake, and Raheem Sterling pounced upon the loose ball and gives City the early lead. Well, he's nearly scored once earlier with a shot that was saved by Forster. He then mishit one with his left boot that went wide. But Southampton looked as though they were going to tidy up at the back. It suddenly broke from them straight to Raheem Sterling, and inside the opening few minutes of the game, the Blues are 1-good through Raheem Sterling.
The second opportunity for Raheem Sterling. He had that earlier shot, obviously comfortably saved, but great positions, good areas on the pitch. They've got an out, and Kevin De Bruyne seems to, whenever he gets anywhere near the football, something seems to happen. Yes, there was a mistake, there was not a clearance, the right central, just next to the penalty spot. Raheem Sterling must have thought, yes please, and he strikes it right into the left-hand post, and it was a comfortable finish in the end for Raheem Sterling. He had to do it. The little deflection probably helped the case to make it a little bit fortunate, but good counter-attacking from City.
Armstrong loses it to Sterling, goes out for a Southampton throw.
It'd be a great lift, Ali, wouldn't it, going into the international break? Just with a good win behind you, ready for another really strong couple of weeks of football coming back. A real positive.
Absolutely. Of course, worth remembering that City came into this game off the back of 2 0-0 draws, which you never expect from a Pep Guardiola team. So the goal from Sterling ended a mini goal drought for the Blues, who are under pressure as the first half comes to its conclusion. And there's a deflection, and it's gone in. It's an own goal. City are claiming that there was an offside in the build-up, but it's come off Aymeric Laporte and gone into the back of the City goal. The Southampton players don't know whether to celebrate or not, because there's still a question mark about it, but it does look as though it's 1-1. The ball came into the box. It looked as though City had dealt with it. El Yunusi drilled it in, and it hit Laporte and span beyond Stefan and into the back of the goal. Well, unless VAR come to City's rescue, Southampton have equalised right on the stroke of half-time.
Onside. It looks like it's on, unless there's that little delay. El Yunusi getting good areas. At that point, Stefan possibly could have come and took it. He hesitated, he waited, didn't want to give a penalty away, and as he turns on the byline, it's an awkward one. It just clips Laporte, the outside of his boot. Just ricochets right towards the goal. And
City being held by Southampton. They drew 1-1 at this very venue back in January. They drew 0-0 at the Etihad earlier this season. They're now being held again. But forward it goes now to Jesus. Jesus is clipped. Referee Mike Dean says penalty. Jesus into the box, gets clipped by Salisu. Mike Dean says penalty, and the Blues have the opportunity to go back in front. There's a lot of anger, there's a lot of complaining, but the replay will tell us decisively if VAR can intervene. Well, I don't think they can. There's enough evidence there to suggest that Mike Dean's made the right decision, and City have a penalty. Well, of course, Riyad Mahrez is City's penalty taker, but he's on the bench. Kevin De Bruyne has had a lengthy delay because Southampton's gamesmanship has been to the fore, and it doesn't put him off. And De Bruyne thumps it underneath Fraser Forster, who guessed the right way, but it was too firmly hit. And the Blues are back in front, and they've, well, won't say they've laid the penalty hoodoo to rest, but there was a time you were very nervous when the Blues got a penalty, but they've scored again from the spot through Kevin De Bruyne.
Well, full credit to Kevin De Bruyne. Yes, there's been the odd missed penalty for Manchester City, but
if City can take their 2-1 lead to full time, they will be in the FA Cup semi-final once again. They reached the semi-final in the last 2 seasons. They also reached it in 2017. They also reached it in the year that they won the FA Cup. And they've got work to do here, and Zach Steffen has made a brilliant save. It's not away yet, it is now. It's gone out for a goal kick, but it was a great move from Southampton, and Shea Adams was inside the penalty area. Zach Steffen made himself big, and that was a brilliant save by the American.
That was a great save. It was a great diagonal pass again. Ward-Prowse and out to El Yunusi. Kyle Walker got round on the cover. His good first touch, and he delivers right across the face. Shea Adams just on, left-footed.
As Mahrez leaves the responsibility of the throw-in to Kyle Walker, Southampton fans are getting agitated. Walker then does take the throw to Phil Foden, then plays it back to Rodri. Back it goes to Mahrez. On it goes now to Rodri once more. On to De Bruyne. De Bruyne plays it in. Now Foden hits it. Brilliant goal. Absolutely sensational by Phil Foden. There's one for the collection. An absolute rasping drive by Phil Foden. And City are 3-1 up. And they are heading for the FA Cup semi-final once again, courtesy of one of our own.
It was the passing, it was the build-up, intensity. I say again, nobody can live with City when they play like this, these triangles, this one-touch awareness every time of who's on the ball next, where it's going to be. And then Phil Foden, that little bit of a play and follow. Yes, he gets slightly fortunate as it ricochets to him, but at that point, left foot when it opens, top corner, it's a wonderful finish. That left foot, just come on the pitch, gets round it, and right across the goalkeeper into the far corner. You can see the celebrations. He's delighted with that, and rightly so.
It's his 42nd goal. Well, they're top of the Premier League. They're in the quarter-finals of the Champions League. They're on their way, it seems, to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. The Blues have won a domestic treble when they won the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, and the Premier League in 2019. They would love to have a different treble, Champions League, Premier League and FA Cup, and they're certainly going the right way about it. As João Cancelo plays it into the box, Gundogan plays it on to Mahrez. Mahrez makes it 4. If there was any lingering doubt, you can forget about there being a doubt now, because the Blues have opened up Southampton once again. They have a 3-goal advantage, and Riyad Mahrez gets his 4th FA Cup goal, his 22nd of a wonderful season, and the Blues now can plot their trip to Wembley.
Another great goal. It's all about the switch of play. Jack Cancelo confident. The outside of the foot comes into play again so many times. But Ilkay Gundogan's composure, central as the ball comes up around his neck, manages to take that touch and looks up, gets his head up straight away. Riyad Mahrez inside the penalty area. You think he's going right across the goalkeeper, that curling effort that he likes. It's that late drag near post. You see Fraser Forrester just fall to his heels. Yeah, they've had to dig deep, haven't they, Manchester City, at times when they've been under pressure. We've obviously seen Southampton, real energy, real determination. They have a unique way of playing, that narrow form, make it very, very difficult for you. But overall, the class came through of City, created lots of opportunities, a real professional performance, some great goals, and delighted for City. And now the international break comes at a great time.
So City have cruised through to the semi-finals of the FA Cup. They led through Raheem Sterling right on half-time, an unfortunate own goal by Aymeric Laporte. Kevin De Bruyne restored the lead from the penalty spot to make it 2-1. Phil Foden and Riyad Mahrez came on as the celebrations of the De Bruyne penalty were dying down, and both Foden and Mahrez then added themselves to the score sheet. Foden Foden with an absolute rasper into the corner. City had other chances as well, but they don't want to be too greedy. They've won the FA Cup quarter-final at Southampton by 4-1, and they will be in the semi-final draw, which takes place in a few minutes' time.